It's not even midnight and some Maryland stores are already open for Black Friday.
Another day of extremely hot temperatures has forced many schools to close their doors early.
Plenty of smiles on all of the thousands of faces. Everybody is pouring out of here, Denise, and everyone is just so pumped up about today's game. It is the official Ravens playoff poster. They just delivered it to the WJZ newsroom. Good evening, everyone. There are 3,750 cherry blossom trees in full bloom. House Speaker Dennis Hastert disregarded calls for his resignation. People can't wait to get their hands on all the new Ravens playoff gear, so they're spending a lot of money that way. Fellow Egyptians, they left their homes, they left their jobs. They say today their dreams became a reality.
2 others had to be transported immediately to the veterinary clinic. No word on their condition. The infield here at Old Hilltop expected to be packed with some 40,000 fans.
In Le Tapis Rouge. What do you think, guys?
We were just going to ask you to say that again, Jessica. I'm so glad you did.
Le Tapis Rouge. This is my high school French coming back out, guys. High school French.
Where's your blue hat? Keep that blue hat on.
Thank you. I'm gonna wear it tonight for the show, and then back up, but maybe I'll wear it and doing the noon show tomorrow. Do you think they'd go for that?
At some stores, people have been waiting in line for hours. WJZ is live in Towson. Megan McCorkle has the Friday frenzy that's already begun. Happy Thanksgiving, Megan.
Same to you, Jess. Yeah, and people, Z, Eyewitness News.
All right, it's good we're working. Keeps us out of trouble, Megan. Thank you. The National Retail Federation predicts 152 million people will hit the stores for Black Friday. That's up 10% from last year. Meanwhile, tragedy strikes a Maryland Home Depot store this Thanksgiving. A car plows into a group of men standing in the parking lot at the Hyattsville store. Tonight, one of them is dead. 5 other men were rushed to the hospital. Police believe the driver may have passed out behind the wheel before it happened. An investigation is now underway. Baltimore City Police need your help to find this child tonight. She is 4-year-old Raikia Brown and has been missing from her home on Tivoli Avenue since Tuesday. She may be with a black woman known as Ty in her late teens or early 20s with 2 lip rings. Police say Ty failed to return the little girl to her parents. If you have any information, please call 911. There are no survivors in the fiery Arizona plane crash we brought you as breaking news last night at 11. The twin-engine plane crashed into a rugged mountain range, then exploded. Tara Mergener reports for WJZ. 3 young children are among the dead. Mark is here with our WJZ 13 The Fan Sports Report. A family affair on the field today.
What a night of firsts. I was down at the stadium for the first half of the game. What an atmosphere and what a night. Food, family, and football. That's the Thanksgiving. We'll have more on the Ravens coming up tomorrow.
All right, Mark, thank you, and we'll be right back.
Hello again, I'm Jessica Cartalia, and here's what people are talking about today. If you didn't like yesterday's record-breaking heat, then you won't like today much better. Another day of extremely hot temperatures has forced many schools to close their doors early. And if you do have to go outdoors, everyone is being warned to stay cool as much as possible. Taking a live look outside right now where a heat advisory is once again in effect. WJZ is live with First Warning weather coverage. Marty Bass is in the very warm outback, but first, meteorologist Tim Williams has more on how hot it is out there. Good afternoon, Tim.
Now we'll throw it back inside.
All right, Marty, come back inside where it's nice and cool. WJZ First Warning weather coverage of this extreme heat continues now in Druid Hill Park. Derek Valcourt has more on precautions everyone needs to take in these very dangerous conditions. Good afternoon, Derek. A Baltimore City police officer is fighting to stay out of prison today. He's accused of murder and his trial is coming to a close. WJZ is live at Courthouse East where Mike Helgren is following the very latest developments. Good afternoon, Mike.
Back to you, Jessica, on TV Hill.
All right, Mike, thank you. Deshaunbe served on the city's police force for 15 years. Right now, Department of Natural Resources police are back on the Chester River looking for a missing fisherman. Sky Eye Chopper 13 was over the scene yesterday after the man jumped into the water trying to save his 7-year-old nephew. The two were fishing when the boy jumped in to cool off and was swept away. The boy was found about a quarter-mile away. His uncle is still missing. A warning from the state health department this noon. Maryland has its first case of measles since 2009.
You mentioned the breeze, though. It's amazing what a difference you feel when that breeze picks up a little bit.
When it's just stale and thick,
and
you just sit in it.
Steam bath.
Enjoy yourself out there today.
Thank you. Thank you, right? I mean, can't wait to get out there and report today.
Jessica Cartalia was on the scene minutes after police arrived and has the latest on the search for the shooter. Jessica.
That's right, Mary. Of those 6 people shot, 1 person is confirmed dead. The 5 others were taken to shock trauma, where 2 are now listed in critical condition. Half a dozen victims shot at close range are loaded into ambulances and rushed to the hospital.
The gunman approached a group of individuals that were sitting on a porch having a conversation. The gunman opened fire.
The city police called to Denison and Franklin Streets in Edmondson on the city's west side around 1:30 this afternoon.
Black male laying in the alley, kind of slumped over and some blood around him, and then seen 2 other males out front of the house. One was sitting on the steps and one was out towards the curb.
Witnesses tell WJZ they heard at least 7 shots fired.
It just makes you mad just to see stuff like this, you know? It's happening every day.
Lee Sue was working just feet from the scene at this convenience store when she heard gunshots.
I just heard gunshots, like 3 times gunshots, and after gunshots, like kids are screaming.
Tonight, the search for that suspect does continue. Police believe that he does, in fact, know the victims in this case. Elkton, Maryland, population 15,000, a little town with a big problem, a hotbed for prescription drug abuse.
It's so bad here, like, it's very, very bad.
Prescription painkillers once ruled her life. Now, 22-year-old Stephanie Berry is clean, raising her young son in the Cecil County town of Elkton, right off I-95.
When do you think you realized you had hit rock bottom?
When I lost everything. My son was with my mother, I lost my home, my car, I had no job, I had nothing.
Stephanie was part of an alarming trend. Over the past decade, the number of people living in Cecil County admitted to treatment centers for prescription drug abuse skyrocketed almost 800%. That's nearly double the percentage statewide.
Everything is irrelevant, like nothing else matters.
So your son didn't matter?
At a point, no, he didn't. And that killed me. Like, I lived with that guilt for a long time. Like, I still do. Like, because I look and I'm like, that's my baby. And I gave him up for high.
Stephanie's story echoes throughout Maryland. Admissions to treatment centers are up in Baltimore County by over 270%. Harford County up almost 730%. And Carroll County up more than 600%. Clearly, there's an explosion in prescription drug use.
They are more abused than heroin, ecstasy, LSD, marijuana combined. That's huge.
With easy access to I-95 and multiple prescriptions, addicts can quickly travel to pharmacies out of the area in Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Wilmington without being caught. Users say Elkton is a convenient home base.
Some say the problem has gotten so bad that you can literally walk down the street here in Elkton and get your hands on any prescription drug you want.
It'll take me 20 minutes time to have at least one to get started, and then you continue. It's very easy.
Maryland is taking aim at prescription drug abuse with a new computerized system to track who's writing painkiller prescriptions and who's filling them.
I think you need a more vigilant program in every physician's office and hospital and emergency room to help to thwart this abuse.
Did drugs ruin your life?
Yes, they did. I ain't had much of a life, and what I have had, it ruined it.
Jessica Cartalia, WJZ Eyewitness News.